So radical axis of two circles. Definition here: radical axis of two circles is the locus of a point which moves such that its powers with respect to the circles are equal here. So you know that suppose x square plus y square plus 2g into x plus 2f into y plus c is equal to 0 is the equation of the circle here. And here x1 y1 is a point here that is outside the circle. Then power of the point with respect to p, power of the point with respect to the circle is given by, just replace x by x1 and y by 1. So we get x1 square plus y1 square plus 2g into x1 plus 2f into y1 plus c. So this is the power of the point p with respect to the given circle here. Suppose if you take its square root here, then that becomes the length of the tangent here. So length of the tangent is given by root of x1 square here plus y1 square plus 2g into x1 plus 2f into y1 plus c. Only difference here square root. If you remove the square root, it gives a power of the part. If you take a square root, that becomes the length of the tangent also. Even here, instead of taking a power of the part with respect to circle, even you can use a length of the tangent also. Length of the tangents are equal here. So just observe here. This is one circle here. Okay, and this is one more circle. Consider there is one point here. Okay. Next, draw the tangents to these two circles here from this point here. Here, this length and this length both are equal here. Means the length of the tangents are equal. Length of the tangents are equal. So again, consider there is one more point here. Then draw the tangent here to these two circles here, and this tangent and this tangent both are equal. So there are so many such type of points here. From those points here, all the tangents are equal. This tangent equal. This tangent equal. So there are so many points here. So that from these points, length of the tangents are equal. If you join all the points, you will get one line here. That line itself is the radical axis here. Choose any point on this line here. Draw tangents to these two circles. All the length of the tangents are equal here. All the means here this length is equal to this length. This length is equal to this length. This length is equal to this length. This length is equal to this length, and so on here. Therefore, this axis is called, this line is called radical axis here. Instead of taking power of the point with respect to the circle, even you can take the length of the tangent also. Power of the point and length of the tangent only difference is square root. Okay, here there is no square root and here is a square root. So this gives a length of the tangent and this gives a power of the point with respect to circle. Okay, this is a definition here. So to find the equation of radical axis of two given circle here. So these are the two circles here. Consider equation of circles and whose centers minus g1 minus f1 and minus g2 minus f2 here. Centers of the circles here. And pxy is a point lies on the radical axis here. This is a radical axis here. Then by definition of radical axis here. By definition. So you know power of the pointer with respect to the circles are equal here. Therefore, power of the point P with respect to first circle means this one here. Power of P with respect to circle 1 is equal to power of the point P with respect to circle 2S, second circle. Therefore, power of the point P with respect to first circle means replace x by x and y by y. So means write the same equation. So x square plus y square plus 2gx 2g1x plus 2f1y plus c1 is equal to power of the point P with respect to second circle means replace x by this x here and y by y means write the same equation here. So x square plus y square plus 2g2x plus 2f2y plus c2x. Then x square y square and x square y square get cancels here. Take these terms left side here. Here 2x here, even here also 2x. 2x is a common factor. Therefore 2 into g1 minus of g2 into x plus. Then 2 into f1 minus f2 into y plus c1 minus c2 is equal to 0. So this is the radical axis here. Okay, which is the radical axis of the given circle here. Just here this equation minus this equation here. So 2x is the common factor, g1 minus g2 plus 2y is the common factor here. So f1 minus f2 plus c1 minus c2 is equal to 0. This is the equation of this radical axis here. And this radical axis always perpendicular to the line joining the sectors of the circles here. Okay, so here radical axis is always perpendicular to the line joining centers of the circles and BS. Okay, here this is a line joining the centers of the circles here, and this is a radical axis. Both are always perpendicular to each other. You can prove this result here. You can prove here. First, to find the slope of this AB here. Okay, slope of AB. Slope of the line AB is equal to M1 is equal to minus F2 minus of minus F1 minus of F2 minus of minus F1 divided by minus G2 minus of minus C1 minus of G2 minus of minus G1 here. Therefore, this is equal to F1 minus F2 divided by G1 minus of G2. This is the slope of this line AB. Then we find the slope of this radical axis. This is radical axis here. Slope of radical axis. Slope of radical axis here. You know, suppose the equation is like this here: ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Then the slope is what here? Obviously it is a minus a upon b. Use that formula. So this divided by this here. Consider this one as m2. m2 is equal to minus of 2 into f1 minus f2. So 2 into f1, sorry, but take this again, g1 minus g2. So 2 into g1 minus g2 divided by then 2 into f1 minus f2. Apply this formula. Okay, this upon this. Then 2 and 2 cancels here. This 2 and this 2 get cancels here. Then multiply here. M1 is this here. M2 is this one. So f1 minus f2, f1 minus f2 cancels. G1 minus g2, G1 minus g2 get cancels here. Therefore M1 m2 is equal to what here? Minus 1. So product of the slope is minus 1 here, meaning here the line joining the center of the circle and radical axis both are perpendicular to each other. Okay, this is the proof here. Okay. So first note here S1 and S2, these are the equations of circles here. Equations of circles. Then equation of radical axis is given by S1 minus S2 is equal to 0. If we are subtracting these two equations here, we get the equation of radical axis. Second note, if the given circles touch each other internally or externally, then the radical axis of the circles is their common tangent here. Here these two circles touch each other externally, then this is the radical axis. This is a common tangent to both circles here. Even here radical axis is perpendicular to the line joining the centers of the circles here. In this case, two circles touch each other internally. Then common tangent itself is the radical axis here. Here is the common tangent here. This the common tangent itself is the radical axis, and this radical axis again perpendicular to the line joining the centers of the circles here. Third note, if the given circles intersect each other, then the radical axis is the common chord here. This is the chord of this first circle as well as second circle. Common chord itself is the radical axis of these two circles here. In this case, two circles intersect each other, and here this radical axis is perpendicular to the line joining the centers of the circles here. So fourth note here, the radical axis of the three circles taken in pairs are concurrent. This is the point of concurrency is called the radical center of the three given circles here. So these are the three circles here, A, B and C are the centers here. Then this is a radical axis of first two circles. This is a radical axis of these two circles here. This is a radical axis of these two circles. And all these radical axes meet at this point here. It is a point of concurrency. That point itself is called a radical center here. It is a radical center of three given circles here. All the three radical axes meet at one point here. That the point of concurrency is called a radical center.